I started writing a book, and I wanted you to be first. You're actually first. You're the first person to know about it. I've told nobody. You're the first person to know about the book that I'm writing. I was on productivity. Productivity. It's called, the working title so far is You times 10. That's my working title. And I've written something like You times 10, the no-nonsense guide to creating the most productive and rewarding life ever. I'll probably change, but that's what we're starting with anyway. Any creative endeavor, you need to tune into it. What I'm going to be doing actually is I'm going to be sending this out to everyone on my subscriber list. So everything that I write, as it happens, I don't know if this has ever been done before, I'm sure maybe somebody's done it. But everything that I write each day, I'm going to email that out to thousands of subscribers. So it's going to be an interesting process. So I'm going to be probably receiving feedback back from that, and you're going to be able to receive my book as I write it each and every day. So you're just going to get the raw content, just as it kind of pours out through my pen hand as I write it. Through all my experience and all my knowledge, and then also the research that I conduct as I'm writing it as well. You're just going to receive that raw, uncut, the raw, uncut version of the book. Of course, the finished product, there's going to be probably some changes, some chapters may be moved around, some things are going to be taken in, taken out, etc. And once I finish it, then you that are on my subscriber list are going to receive special bonuses and a discounted copy, etc. of the book. So pretty exciting. When you're doing any sort of creative endeavor or anything like that, you got to tune into it, right? A lot of creative people out there. I guess everyone has the potential to be creative. Some more than others. Some want to be more creative than others. We're all different, but generally, what we all are is we're all like these like radio transmitter receivers. That's what we are. And I kind of got this understanding. I was a combat signaller. One of the jobs I did when I was in the Royal Marines, I was a reconnaissance leader, and then as a reconnaissance leader, I also specialised as being a combat signaller, a reconnaissance signaller as well. So I was the signaller, the radio signaller in my small unit as well, and that was a highly specialised job as well. I used to do Morse code. 8 words a minute, not super fast, but enough. 8 words a minute Morse code, and I would be able to set up antennas that would be able to pick up, small antennas that I'd have a radio inside my pack that I could set up an antenna and I could receive radio signals from right around the whole world. I used to pick up, Russian naval ships and I used to get Chinese talk on it from the Chinese military and all sorts of things. I used to pick up mobile phone signals. I used to pick up mobile phone conversations. I don't know how that happened. It was quite incredible. The stuff I used to pick up. And so I learned how to tune the radios, how to finely tune them, how to set up different types of antennas, different times of day or night. If it's nighttime, the whole stratosphere changes. It's height above the earth, it just disappears for a while, and signals aren't able to bounce off it and back down to earth. So you change the type of antenna you put up. It's very interesting stuff. And what I came to realize is, especially as I started to learn more about, the human mind and quantum physics and many things like that, I started to realize that humans are pretty much the same. We are like these radio transmitter and receivers, and we work with thought. We work with thought and feeling, and we can actually magnetize things to us or repel things away from us. We're like these big intelligent magnets, It's quite incredible, and again, we can tune ourselves. We can tune ourselves into things and out of things as well. And once you realize that, once you really realize that at a deep level, it's incredibly empowering, And so I knew I wanted to write this book now. It was one of my goals for this year, and what are we in now? We're in the end of July, and I still haven't got off the ground. I wrote a couple of things here and there, but nothing got off the ground. I came to a halt with them, didn't get past the first chapter with anything. And now I sat down, and I sat down for 10 minutes, and nothing came. I said, give it time, something's going to come. And I've been feeling so uncreative because I've been so busy. Fairly, I wouldn't say high stressed, but yeah, fairly high stress. When you have 2 young children, you've got a job, you've got a business, you've got, students, clients. It's a lot. It's a lot, and so my life is it's happening. Many people's are, but when you've got 2 young children, I've never had anything like this before. There's nothing has put me into such a high level of stress in my life as having 2 very young children. It's just being responsible for their safety and wanting to bring them up the best you can, and just having such a high value on that adds to the stress of it, the responsibility. Some people just kind of give their kids over to the nanny or something and go about their business, or let the kids just ignore them or whatever, and I don't do that, so trying to put my focus on business, work, training, kids, family, social life, etc. I'm finding it a lot. I've experienced quite a bit of overwhelm, and I've got many tools to be able to deal with stuff like that, and it's work. Are you starting to waffle, Matthew? I think I'm starting to waffle. Okay, let's stop the waffling. Fuck. Wow, it's getting me. Wow. Yeah, it's been tough. Honestly, it's been tough. But here's the message. The message is you can tune into something. And because I've been so busy with the different stresses of life, it's hard to be creative when you're like that, So I sat down there and tuned in. And I remember back to my signaler days when I was just tuning the radio and nothing was coming, and I was changing the antenna, making it longer, making it shorter, putting up different antennas, changing the angle of the antenna, then tuning and tuning and tuning. And I remember back to then, I'm like, we're no different. You just need to tune, you need to fine tune. And it took me an hour. It took me an hour of just sitting there and tuning my thoughts, tuning my feelings, asking questions, which again is a way of tuning. A way of tuning your thoughts and feelings is to ask questions. It's just like a tuning device, just tuning it. And so I sat there for probably an hour. And it'd be easy after half an hour. I go, I'm just not feeling creative, just not doing anything. It took me an hour just to actually write the first word. For the book to come to me. But I tuned into something. I tuned into a frequency. And then I'm into it. And you got it. Once you got it, you got it, You know what that is. So I tuned into that frequency. It took me about an hour of tuning and fine-tuning to get to it. But now I've got to it. That's it. Now I'll be able to write every single day. I know I will be able to write every single day. And you're going to be able to receive that. I'll make videos about it as well. I'm going to vlog about it and write about it. And that's it. Just realize, as Plato said, everybody is fighting a hard battle. You'll have good days, you'll have bad days, you'll have good years, you'll have bad years, you'll have good decades, bad decades. Some people say the first 50 years of my life, tough. Second 50 are great. Others the other way around. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because the truth is you're eternal. Wow, the truth of that. When I say it, I feel the infiniteness of who we are, the eternalness. It's gonna be deep. The book's gonna be deep, It's not just get really productive, get things done. Of course, it's about that, but it's going to be deep, you know. Because that's the truth of it. The truth is why you're doing it, you know. You're eternal. You're absolutely eternal. It doesn't matter if you have, you know, what can be termed as whatever happens to you in life, you know. Whatever hand you're dealt, you know. Again, it's how you play the hand. And sometimes even how you play the hand, there's others that have better hands, right? But no matter what, just remember you're eternal. You're an eternal being. There's nothing more powerful than that. As long as you can keep that in mind. And no one can tell you you're not. Nobody knows that you're not. And isn't it more empowering to believe that you are? I think so.